Good morning, my dear student friends. Today I would like to explain theory of traditional agriculture, the contribution of Professor Suj. So, in previous classes, we already discussed about the importance of agriculture, different definitions given by the various economists, and the nature and the scope of agricultural economics. So, based on the syllabus, the next concept is traditional agriculture. So now I would like to present this concept based on the theory given by the Suj. So apart from Suj, Meller also explained about traditional agriculture. So Meller uh, accepted some of the views mentioned by the Suj. Hence, traditional agriculture theory is treated as Suj theory one. So Suj theory is considered as traditional agriculture theory. Otherwise, transformation of traditional agriculture. So, Suj, this theory explained in transformation of traditional agriculture in 1962. So, we will explain everything about this concept. I hope, first of all, you are all safe at your homes. So, now I would like to present my PPT regarding the transformation of traditional agriculture. So, Such, I hope you are able to see the PowerPoint presentation. Such thesis of transforming traditional agriculture. This is the actual and exact title to the traditional agriculture. Why? Because I already mentioned. So Suj and Meller given their contributions regarding the traditional agriculture. So that's why Such theory is called as Such thesis of transforming traditional agriculture. So first of all, T.W. Such suggested ways and means to develop agriculture. He wrote a book. His book name is Transforming Traditional Agriculture in the year 1964. In this book, he suggests various steps for changing traditional agriculture into a modern agriculture. This book is basically meant for transforming agriculture, which is backward and has a very low yield when compared with yield in modern agriculture. I repeat it. This book is basically meant for transforming agriculture, which is backward and has very low yield when compared with the yield in modern agriculture. So, farming is based wholly on the kinds of factors of production that have been used by farmers for generations are called traditional agriculture. Here, please listen carefully this point. farming based wholly on the kinds of factors of products. No doubt, some kinds of products, factors of production are needed to do agriculture. So it may be labor or capital. So that have been used by farmers for generations are called traditional agriculture. Suppose a farmer, a son, and his grandfather. These three generations are used same practice with the help of factors of productions like labor and capital. So it is called traditional agriculture. So according to Such, farming is based wholly on the kinds of factors of production that have been used by the farmers for generations are called traditional agriculture. A country dependent upon traditional agriculture is poor because it is poor. It spends much of its income on food. So another point mentioned by the Suj, a country depend upon traditional agriculture. Here, traditional agriculture means over a period of time and number of generations using the same factors of productions when the agriculture is poor, and because it is poor, it spends much on its income on this type of countries are using more income on the food only. So this is the point mentioned by the Suj. Suj explains how to transform traditional agriculture into a highly productive sector of the economy, the central problem of the thesis put forth by Professor Suj. Here, Suj's thesis is mainly focused on how to transform traditional agriculture towards highly productive sector of the economy. So it is the main concept of the Suj theory. So if we go into the details, what is traditional agriculture? There are some other definitions also there. Traditional agriculture has nothing to do with the traditions of a society. Here, traditional agriculture has nothing to do with the traditions of a society. What is tradition? So, what they are following every year, it is called traditions. According to Such, agriculture can become traditional in any country, irrespective of the customs. So, traditional agriculture has nothing to do with the traditions of a society. According to Such, agriculture can become traditional in any country, irrespective of the customs and conventions which its people have generally practiced. So, according to Such, agriculture can become traditional in any country, either India or America or whatever, irrespective of the customs, conventions which its people have generally practiced. Such feels that most of the factors that influence production, that is, thrift, attitude to work, industriousness, etc., are affected by the culture traits of the society. So here, what Suj is saying that so agriculture can become a tradition in any country. Any country means any country. It may be India, it may be US, it may be Australia, some other country. So respect of the customs and conventions which it people generally practice. In every country, there are some customs and conventions are there. So, based on this aspect, Switch feels that most of the factors that influence production. So, here customs and conventions, these are all affecting the agricultural production. The influence is mostly on the production of agriculture. So, what are they? Thrift. Thrift is nothing but the attitude of saving, that is attitude to work and industriousness, etc. So, these are all affected by the culture traits of the society. So, traditional agriculture has nothing to do with the institutional arrangement in a country. Which further finds out that the technical attributes of the factor of production do not determine the character of agriculture in a country. Switch further points out that the technical attributes of the factors of production do not determine the characters of agriculture in a country. So, here any technical attributes of the factors of production, they are not determine the characters of agriculture in a country. So, according to Switch, traditional agriculture is not necessarily a backward. So, according to Switch, we already discussed about what is tradition. Tradition is nothing but if we are following some customs, tradition, conventions from the generations, it is called tradition. It may be everywhere, not unique, but every country some significant features are there. So, according to Switch, traditional agriculture is not necessarily a backward. So, tradition is different, backward is different. Observe carefully. According to Switch, traditional agriculture is not necessarily a backward. It means backward is different, tradition is different. Like at the same time, it's not necessarily a labor intensive agriculture. If we can, once we are saying it is a traditional agriculture. If traditional agriculture, there is not be a labor intensive agriculture. It may be capital intensive agriculture also. So, using a very little of modern machinery and other inputs and having and a very low productivity. Again, once again, I repeat this sentence and explain. According to Switch, traditional agriculture is not necessarily a backward, labor intensive agriculture using very little of modern machinery and other inputs and having and a very low productivity. So, according to Switch, traditional agriculture is different, backward is different. If suppose the country is depend upon labor intensive techniques for doing agriculture, so it may be traditional agriculture, but it is not a compulsory condition using very little modern machinery. So some of the countries may practice a little modern machinery, even though this is not traditional agriculture, and other inputs having a very low productivity. A low productivity is cause of backwardness. Means it is not cause for traditional agriculture. Here, I would like to say something to you. Traditional agriculture is different, backwardness is different, according to Switch. For Switch, traditional agriculture can be capital intensive as well as highly sense of productive, and that may be traditional in character. So, according to Switch, another condition is also in the traditional agriculture, it may be capital intensive also. It may be labor intensive or it may be labor intensive. So which type of factors they are using, either capital or labor, either capital abundant or labor abundant. So traditional agriculture is different, as well as highly sense of productive, that may be traditional in character. So based on these two paragraphs, we can say that traditional agriculture is nothing but, according to Such, so if we follow some practices, either capital intensive or labor intensive, from the generations or over a long period of time, we follow same methodology to do agriculture. With that practice solely, we are doing agriculture. It is called tradition. So according to Such, it may be labor intensive or it may be capital intensive. In fact, he uses the word traditional in the sense of agriculture being stagnant or non-dynamic. Once again, this traditional in this sense, we can use the words like stagnant or non-dynamic. If suppose you are doing something, the practices may be good, but over the years you are doing the same practice, then it is said to be stagnant or non-dynamic. It is called a traditional practices. Your father is doing the same, your grandfather is also doing the same, you are also doing the same practice for producing some product produce in agriculture. So this type of system is called traditional agriculture according to Such. Even American agriculture can become traditional after some time if its further development comes to a halt. So suppose everywhere India is a developing country, America is a developed country. So America using best practices when compared with India, their productivity is very high per hectare. Our productivity is very low when compared with America. But according to Such, even American agriculture can become traditional after some time. Why? Because America in agriculture may be capital intensive. So they are using more capital instead of labor for producing their crops. Yeah, whereas India is a labor intensive agriculture system is here. India is maybe backwardness. America in agriculture may be forwardness. Even though even America also using the capital intensive techniques for a long time, means several years. They are, if they are used same techniques, it is called traditional agriculture. Even India also using the same techniques for a long time. It is also called traditional agriculture. So it is a halt. Some after few generations, the changes may be occurred. Then it is called modern agriculture. Up to that point, it is called traditional agriculture. According to Such, traditional agriculture is an economic concept. So according to Such, traditional agriculture is an economic concept. It implies a sort of equilibrium when agriculture of an economy reaches such equilibrium, it will become traditional agriculture. And according to Such, this equilibrium can be reached irrespective of cultural attributes of society, its institutional arrangements, or the technical efficiency of its factor. Once again, I repeat this paragraph. When agriculture of an economy reaches such equilibrium, means once the agriculture is tradition, the once reaches some halt, some stagnant point, it will become a traditional agriculture. And according to Such, this equilibrium can be reached irrespective of the cultural attributes of the society, its institutional arrangements, or the technical efficiency of its facts. So based on this, some uh, cultural attributes also will come, and every year they are practicing by the people in the society, etc. So that's why it is called tradition. So another point is, according to Such, the critical conditions underlying this type of equilibrium, either in the past or in the future, as follows. So according to Such, the critical conditions underlying this type of equilibrium, either in the past or in the future, as follows. What are they? The state of what remain constant. If you say this is a traditional agriculture according to Stud, the state of what remain constant. It means that the practices using in the agricultural should be the same for several years. The state of preferences and motives for holding and acquiring sources of income remain constant. The state of preferences and motives for holding and acquiring sources of income remain constant. So here, if the farmer using some land for doing agriculture, so the preference which crop can grow by the farmer. So every year the same crop is growing by the farmer. So when the people farmer preference may not change, the motive may not be changed. So the technology and other factors of productions may not be changed. So when income also same for that for particular farmer. So every year the same income they they're acquiring, then income remain constant. So in this sense also, it is called traditional agriculture. It is one of the important points regarding the traditional agriculture. So both of these statements, the state of what remain constant, the state of preference and motives for holding and acquiring source of income remain constant. These states, these 2 points states that remain constant long enough for marginal preference and motives for acquiring agricultural practice as sources of income to arrive at an equilibrium with the marginal productivity of these sources, viewed as an investment in a permanent income streams and with the net saving approaching is zero. So based on these statements, acquiring of agricultural factors as sources income to arrive an equilibrium with the margin productivity of these sources viewed as investment in permanent income streams and with net savings approaching zero. So there is no new for every year. So every year practicing, every year incomes, every year savings, every year new ideas are same. So then net saving approaching is also zero. According to this definition, agriculture can become traditional only if initially the art of cultivation become static. So according to this definition, agriculture can become traditional only if initially the art of cultivation become static. Same factors of production are used and in the same manner by the farmers as their forefathers have been doing. So same factors of production are used and in the same manner by the farmers as their forefathers have been doing. Farmers neither think of introducing new factors of production nor do they bring any change in the relative importance attached to various factors being used in the production. So farmers neither think of introducing factors of production nor do they bring any change in the relative importance attached to various factors being used in the production. So farmers do not think about the introduction of new factors of production, nor do they bring any change in the relative importance attached to various factors being used in the production. So this is also treated as traditional agriculture. In this situation, agriculture becomes traditional as long as the art of cultivation and motives and preferences to hold productive assets remain static. So another thing is that some attributes of traditional agriculture is also there. That's why attribute. What are the attributes of traditional agriculture? Are traditional agriculture is supposed to process three attributes. What are they? Farming is a way of life based on long established traditions. So farming is a way of life based on long established traditions. Traditional agriculture is therefore cultural characterization of the way of people live. So it inculcates in the lives of farmers. Another attribute of traditional agriculture is the institutional setup, dealing with the ownership of land, legality of tenureship, and the share of home consumption in agriculture. So another attribute of traditional agriculture is the institutional setup, dealing with the ownership of land, legality of tenureship, and the share of home consumption and agriculture products. So institutional setup means these factors are inculcated in the institution. So every farmer is doing the same thing. They are feeling the ownership of land is mine, legality of tenureship, and the share of home consumption in agriculture. Some part of the produce they take for their home consumption. Another aspect is technical property. These three are the some attributes regarding the traditional agriculture. So apart from these issues, Suj explained some other concept also: allocative efficiency, zero marginal productivity, high returns to low capital, development of traditional agriculture, farmers as demanders for new factors. These issues also explained by the Professor Suj, and then based on theory, some critical evaluation is also there. So we will explain these issues in next class. What are they? Allocative efficiency, zero margin productivity, high returns to low capital, development of traditional agriculture, farmers as demanders of new factors, and critical evaluation. So thank you. So in this today class, we are explained. You are able to learn, and I hope you are learned some concepts of what should exactly the definition given to the traditional agriculture. Here, should thesis of transforming traditional agriculture. You learned T.W. Swiss suggested ways and means to develop agriculture. His book name is His book name is Transforming Traditional Agriculture. He wrote this book in 1964. In this book, he suggests various steps for changing a traditional agriculture into modern agriculture. This book is basically meant for transforming agriculture, which is backward and has a very low yield when compared with yield in modern agriculture. So, farming based wholly on the kinds of factors of production that have been used by farmers for generations are called traditional agriculture. A country is dependent upon traditional agriculture is poor, and because it's poor, it spends much of its income on food. So, apart from these main issues, uh, some other aspects also you can learn. So, suppose, for example, India is a country. India is mainly dependent upon agriculture. Uh, Before independence, agriculture is the main source for income and employment. Nowadays, at present, for employment, agriculture still agriculture providing employment for 49% of the people directly, and indirectly some of the employment is contributing by the agriculture sector. Whereas regarding income, now the much of the income is coming from service sector. So and then industry sector. Third place goes for agriculture sector. But regarding employment, the first place go for agriculture, then second place go for service sector, and third place go for industry sector. So here some transforming is done. According to Such, our forefathers, like our grandfather, our father, and ourselves, our age group, maybe you are all students. So the farming is doing the same methods, but in India, before 1950s and after 1950, 1960, 1970, and 1980s, before economic reforms, some practices are very old practices they are doing. They did. What are they? They have used bullock labor in the agriculture. They used wooden plows in the agriculture. Maximum in every practice, the labor intensive techniques they are used. So labor abundance is more in agriculture. So, but after some time, the agriculture system, the factors of production, it changed. Like some partial mechanization are introduced. Oh, now we are using some tractors are using, power tillers also using, harvesters also using. So this is some what is called change. So up to economic reforms, our people are used some practices. So same practice is used by every farmer in India. It is called traditional agriculture. Now there's some changes also there. Partially technology also involved. From this will continue for some time. At the same time, if you take any developed country like USA, they are using modern agriculture techniques since long back. Like they are using tractors, they are using harvesters, they are using drones, something, some new one. But they are continuing the same techniques for some long time. It is also called as traditional agriculture, according to Such. So here, traditional agriculture is nothing but if any farmer or farmers in this society continue the same system for several years, it may be some generations, mean developed country or developing country or poor country. same techniques continue for a long period. It is called traditional agriculture. So according to Suj. So apart from Suj, another economist explained about the traditional agriculture is none other than Meller. So regarding traditional agriculture, some what exactly Suj mentioned, we can learn these issues in the next class. At the same time, Meller views regarding the traditional agriculture also you can learn in the next class. So regarding assignment, you can tomorrow I will give assignment on transforming agriculture. In the next class, you can write this assignment for the transforming traditional agriculture. Okay, I hope you're learned this of transforming traditional agriculture. If you have any doubts or queries regarding this theory or earlier lectures, I am always available through my web mobile on 8125693907, or you can drop a mail through my mail ID pln.echo@acnu.edu.in or pararpalaxman@gmail.com. You can contact me at any time. I will always for you. Thank you for your patience. And thanks one and all. Once again, I hope you are all safe at your homes. Take care about your health, your family health, as well as society well-being. Thank you one and all.